yeah, you know what this means. Hats on, let's get outside. Guys, what is going on? It has been 60 days, 60 days, since we've had a robot mower out here on our property, putting it to work every single day, just about mowing our 1.5 acre front yard. In this video, I want to give you the 60-day update. I want to show you exactly how well the mower has or has not done, give you the pros, the cons, show you about changing out the blades because it's time to do that, and also showing you a little upgrade we also installed. So, if you're interested to see a real life, honest look at how well a robotic mower has taken our yard over the past 2 months, stick around. If you're not familiar with our robotic mower, this is it. It's the Segway Navimow X450. It is an all-wheel drive beast of a mower that has done wonderfully well. And what you are seeing right here mostly is the garage edition, which we got and put in place, and that has been a wonderful upgrade. It's kept our robot mower, who we named Lawnie, nice and dry, at least in the front parts where the camera and the expensive bits are. It's got a little tail hanging out here, I guess you could say, but that's all right. It's dirty anyway. But it's also protecting it from the rain, the debris, the sun, and all sorts of elements, including those flying things that love to leave white little streaks on objects. So let me go and get Lawnie out of the garage here, because the first thing I want to do is change out the blades, because it is time. Alright guys, the first thing I want to do is get Lawnie out of the garage so that I can then flip it up and get access to the blades. So in the app here, I'm going to tap on the little controller icon on the right. And as you're seeing, Lawnie is already exiting the building. It's probably going to stop right here, and that will be good enough for me. I'm going to take it and lean it up and over against the garage. Hey, while I'm here, check this out. Look at that travel you've got with the rear axle. So that is really cool. It handles a lot of slopes that way. But let's go ahead and flip him on over, on his back like a bug. Right here are the cutting discs of the mower. You got 2 of them, and as they spin, the blades fling out as, I guess, centrifugal force pulls them out, and they pivot and they cut your grass. So I've got a Phillips screwdriver. I'm going to work on taking this first cover off and giving access to the blades so we can swap them out next. We got to take this part off too right here. This is an Allen wrench or a socket head screw. So let me go find the right tool. This is an M3 in case you need one for this process. I'm going to take these 3 socket head screws out of the middle so I can get access to both sides of this cutting disc to take the blades off. Half of them are accessible from this side, but the other half are accessible from the other side. All right, we got our first disc here, and here's a look at the blades that I picked up. So these are not Segway brand. I couldn't get those in time from Amazon because I wanted to get this done today. But the cool thing about this is these are universal blades, so other ones will work. Just know that, of course, you know, best things you probably want to do is use the actual blades from Segway because they're probably better, but this is what I picked up in a pinch. I'm going to take my screwdriver and I'm going to go ahead and remove all the blades from this cutting disc. The kit of blades that I got comes with screws, but I'm going to make sure I don't lose these just in case they're a different thread or pitch. So I'll remove them and set them to the left. And once I get all 6 of these off from this one disc, we'll put the new ones right back on in the same spots, the same way, and then should be good to put it back onto the mower. One thing to note about these original blades is they are still pretty sharp, but they have a couple of nicks out of them. That's totally to be expected, especially with the kind of grass or terrain that we put our mower through. Could I've gotten more life out of them? Sure, but they have also been in use for about 2 months now, and that's not too bad considering the cost of the blades and the fact that they are literally little knife blades you install. All right, I got my 2 little green tambourines. Do you guys know what that's from? Huh? Got the little gold blades on here, and FYI, these are sharp. Like the original blades were sharp to begin with. These are sharp. So, got them swapped out and everything with the discs. I'm gonna stick it on the mower, and then let's then take you on a tour of our yard to let you see how well or how bad Lawnie's done after 2 months. We've not touched this. We've not come back through here and cleaned up anything. It'll be pretty apparent when we show you. So let me get these thrown on real quick, and then we'll do a little walkabout, show and tell. All right, the blades are done, so we'll put Lawnie back on 4 wheels here. And go ahead and get him to return back home. So just tap the app there. Oh, it says, hang on, I got flipped on my back. Tell me it's all okay. So we'll do that, get it put up, but then let's go for a little walk. Let me show you what the front yard looks like. So here in our front yard, we only have 4 objects that Lawnie should be avoiding when mowing the front field. 3 trees and 1 bush. As you're looking around here, and I'll do some drone footage because it's gonna be a lot easier to show this in context and everything, you're gonna notice there's some sprigs here and there that look like bushes that aren't really bushes. These are areas that Lawnie has missed over time. Perhaps the mowing didn't happen fast enough and some rain hit, and these little weeds here, well, started off little. They grew fast enough to where the next time Lawnie mowed, it thought it was something to avoid. Maybe that's what happened, probably that's what happened. But otherwise, once it started to avoid them, we just left it because we wanted to see how far it would go, if it ever would catch up again, but it looks like it's not. Now, while this may appear like a flaw as far as how a mower performs, it still is erring on the side of safety, which is good, especially if you want to have botanicals in your yard, trees, flowers, shrubs, ornamental little gnome statues or whatever. Lawnie will err on the side of caution and not mow those down, and that's good. But this also shows you that unless you stay on top of that mowing schedule daily, every other day, or honestly, literally set the schedule in the app, which we have not yet done, you're probably still going to need either a lawnmower, string trimmer, pair of scissors, or some sharp teeth to take care of the stragglers. It will not do the job 100% by itself without additional help from some other kind of lawn care equipment. Again, if you look at the grand scheme of things, this is not bad. This is actually really, really surprising to us that after 2 months, this is the only part of our yard that has stuck out. Otherwise, everything else you're seeing, we've never mowed it. We've left it alone, and this is probably the best our yard has looked as far as staying nice and neat, trim and cut since we've ever lived here. And that's pretty cool. The next thing I want to do is defy the manufacturer's recommendation, but appease you guys, our viewers, especially the ones who watched our other video and wanted to see us treat the robot mower as a brush hog. I didn't want to do it then, but I'll do it now. Again, just for you, just for views, right? I'm such a YouTuber. So let's go ahead and put Lawnie in RC mode or radio control mode where I use the app to drive it. And let's take a trek over here to our future sheep field or sheep pasture and see if Lawnie can be a brush cutter. Again, this is not recommended. I don't think this will work, but you guys asked for it and I'll make it happen. Consider me a make-a-wish person, dreaming your dreams come true. That don't make no sense. Come on, Lawnie. Got a horrible task for you to do. So, what we're gonna do, buddy, is we're gonna take you over here in the field. I know, you're scared. It's tall grass. It's okay. I'm pretty sure there's not any velociraptors. Watch out, buddy. I'm pretty sure there's not velociraptors, but if there are, we'll just leave you behind because you're not edible. They want to know if you can cut through tall grass. Can you do it? No? Yeah, that's right. I must have some kind of mental deformity here. I'm talking to a robot mower for the sake of a video. Either way, we're leaving the safety of the lawn, heading out there. We got to cross a ditch, which would be a good test of the all-wheel drive capacity. So let me stop, let my camera woman, Miss Angela, catch up to the trench. Let's see if Lawnie can cross the trench. This is going to be a true test of the all-wheel drive capacity. That is super steep. It makes my tractor go on 3 wheels. Come on, Lawnie, you can do it. Lawnie's like, nope, I hit an obstacle. Let's try it diagonally, right? Treat it as if we're really off-roading. Nope, hit the front bumper. Let's do this. Let me spin him around. Maybe it'll do better if we just go backwards. Look at that. Look at that. Let's go forwards. It's probably going to hit its bumper. Smash. Yep. One cool thing, when the bumper does hit, it stops. Come on, you can do it, buddy. Back up. Anyway, you guys get the point. The all-wheel drive, with the exception of hitting his face in the ground, really gives you a lot of capabilities with your terrain with this mower. It's really cool. All right, onward to the field. All right, here we go, guys. Turning on the mower. And let's see if it'll do it. I don't know if I would consider that cutting in one pass, but let me back up. It's pretty torturous. Do one more here. It's cutting though. It's surprisingly cutting it. Wow. That's a shock. So I set the mowing deck to 2-inch height. It took a couple of passes, right? But Lawnie did it. Holy moly. That's a surprise. That was surprising. I didn't expect that to work. Again, yeah, I took multiple passes, but the way that the Segway Navimow mows, it will do diagonal one time and the other time it'll vary. So if we let it loose in the field, number one, we'd probably run the battery down fast and we'd wear the blades out fast, but with enough times, it probably would do this. Again, not recommended at all. Your best thing is to mow your yard to give it a fresh start before you let it go on robot mode. But surprisingly, as you guys just saw, it could handle this. I'm shocked. Are you shocked? If you're shocked, write a comment. I'm shocked. There we go. We'll all be shocked together.
So Sam hands me the mic to see what I might have to say about the Navimow. And I have to say it is really nice to have the front yard mowed and not have to really worry about it. Yes, there are some sprigs here and there that got kind of missed, but overall it has done a fabulous job and it's nice to see it mowed all the time.
That it?
That's it.
You know, you talk in elevator pitch. Short, concise, no rambles. You married a rambler.
Opposites attract.
Elevator pitch. In case you're not familiar with this mower, you missed our first video, or you just plopped and dropped here and you want to hear it again, here's my version of the tech specs and stuff about this mower. So this is the Segway Navimow X450. This model we have will do up to 1.5 acres of lawn. No problem. That's exactly what we've thrown at it. Our front yard is about 1 acre. We've also mapped it to do the back of the house and our little circle turnaround spot at the other end of the house, and it maps out to about 1.5 acres. And Lawnie has no problem making it happen. This mower does have all-wheel drive, as you guys saw. It traversed the ditch there, no problem. It uses RTK for positioning, so you don't have to have any wires in your field or nothing like that. It uses that kind of position system. It's connectable through Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. Has a wonderful app you can get on your phone or your tablet. Has options like the garage, extra mowing blades, all that kind of stuff. And it's also IP65 or 67 rated, whichever one it is, that allows you to spray this guy down with a water hose, leave it out in the rain, and have no concerns over it not working. There's a link to it down below if you want to check it out. Otherwise, I had an idea when I talked earlier about needing to have a mower or weed eater on hand to get the spots that Lawnie misses. I wasn't remembering the manual mode. So, Lawnie, get out there and clean up your mess. Let's see how it does on these larger weeds it's missed over the last 2 months. Almost there, buddy. Just a few more passes. We'll do a little zero turn here on top of the stuff. Well, you kind of get the idea, right? We could use manual mode. We come up here and get these big weeds, or we just do them by hand. But hey, at least that is an option, right? We could always have fun. Maybe get the kids out here and say, kids, drive Lawnie around. Make him clean up his mess. Let him have fun. Well guys, I want to be truthful with you. I am genuinely surprised that this lawnmower is able to do as well as it has been doing the past 2 months. We put this into place mid-April, and here we are mid-June right here in Tennessee. This is prime time grass growing season, and to only have those outlying clumps of weeds that Lawnie couldn't get, and to also understand that's probably because I never set a schedule for Lawnie to mow every day or every other day, and I missed it. That's not bad. It's really, really not bad. This mower has done better than I ever would have expected that it could do out here on our property. To have an 1.5 acres of grass or lawn, and we'll just say terrain, right? It's not really a lawn that good. But to have that completely off our to-do list for mowing is pretty awesome. I was curious, so I have the app open and I'm in the mowing reports section. You guys see what I'm seeing here? That this total mowed square footage that this lawnmower has done in 2 months is 1.1 million square feet. And it's saved an average of 195 hours, given I could mow faster than Lawnie. But still, 1 million square feet that I didn't have to do, that we didn't have wear and tear on our tractor with a brush hog, or wear and tear on a lawnmower with gas and fuel. We didn't have the consumables of the fuel, the oil, the hours on an engine, the noise of a really loud mower, and the fact that we were not out there. Yeah, it puts it in perspective, doesn't it? 1 million square feet of mowage going on out here just in the first 2 months. The other thing I'm going to do in the app here is tell it that we did replace the blades. So I'm going to say replacement done. Yes, because we put those new ones in the mower today. Looks like that they say you get about 160 hours out of a set of blades. That's not bad. I'll keep an eye on it. Chassis and other parts while I'm here. Yes, I cleaned it. I got all the junk off of it. Oh, it wants it on Bluetooth. Oh well, I'll say I cleaned you later. Earlier when I was mentioning that you don't have to have this on Wi-Fi, here's an example. On the app screen here on my phone, you can see it's currently connected to 4G service, which in our area is AT&T. I didn't buy a SIM card. I didn't have to purchase that. It came with the mower like that. You can also see that there is the option for Wi-Fi. And then the really cool thing down below, it says you can let it auto-select, or I can force it on Wi-Fi or 4G on demand. That is really cool. Going back to the settings, I wanted to go down here to the battery, and I'm a little bit bummed. So Segway, if you're watching this video, I would love to see this added. I wanted to come here to see what the battery health is. That even though I have my charge limit set to 95% to maximize the life of my battery, and I tell it to start recharging at 15%, I would really like to see a battery health meter here so I can keep an eye on how my battery is doing over time. I can see that degradation chart or the graph kind of dip down with age, and then also know and plan ahead on when I may need to buy a new battery. Because from what I can tell with this mower, you have two consumables. You have the blades and you have the battery. Barring any kind of damage, breakdown, or wearing out of a part, The battery and the blades are the only two things that you're going to use up over time. The blades are easy enough to replace. We know that. You can find cheap ones on Amazon, or you can get the legit, true name brand ones on Amazon as well for not much more than the dirt cheap no-name blades. The battery is the unknown though. I didn't see it when I was looking the other night, but it may be out there by the time this video publishes. If it is, I'll put a link below. But otherwise, those are the two things I can think of that you would want to consider when purchasing a mower like this. This robotic mower is not cheap. It is not cheap by any means. I understand that. I appreciate that. And I'm not blind to the fact that it's that expensive. However, if it lasts and it does as good as it has done for us, and it continues to last, it could be worth the money investment. I don't know. It kind of gets down to time versus money, right? You either have more money, less time, or more time and less money. Either way, that's been our experience for using the Navimow for 2 months solid. We're going to continue to use this guy. I don't know, maybe we'll do a 6-month update down the road, maybe a 1-year update next year. If you're interested and you want to know that, let us know, and we'll let you know what happens. Otherwise, thanks for watching as always, guys. If you've got questions or comments, leave them for us down below. Take care, and we'll see you guys next time.
Sam let the cat out of the bag. He said something about sheep. And if you're still here, you're probably kind of wondering, what is this sheep that we're talking about? Well, the field behind me is going to become the sheep pasture. We have 5 lamb ewes that we have on hold right now, pending us getting a barn and a fence put up, because we have neither yet. But we have them coming home in probably about a month, and I'm very excited. These are a wool breed that we are going to be using, well, I will be using for processing and spinning and just having fun with the fiber. So this is going to be our fiber flock. Don't worry, we will bring you along as we get the pasture ready, the barn ready, and everything ready for them to be here.